At small forward, Glenn Robinson. At the other guard position, Reggie Jackson. At the other forward position, Griffin. At center, Andre Drummond. The head coach of both of the teams, Dwayne Casey.
It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. So for the Celtics, their last game a win against the Pistons in Detroit. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Well, they came in with a strong game plan, made adjustments when they needed to, and kept the crowd out of their heads.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Pistons, the athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Then it's Robinson. And there's Jackson, and it's Galloway in at the 2. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. And in the early part of the season, Steve, teams are usually at their healthiest. How do you maintain that healthy factor throughout the long season?
You know, I love what these organizations are doing, and also players individually. They're getting their rest. They're having the individual trainers on the side. Nutrition has played a huge role right now. And I think for a lot of the younger guys, you can't be afraid to ask the veteran what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of the veterans right now are taking these young guys under their wing and not only teaching them the skill level on the court, but how to maintain their bodies throughout the season.
Irving kicks to Horford. They set the pick. Pick by Horford. There's the pass to Irving. A three-pointer, no good. Griffin passes to Jackson. Griffin sets the screen for Jackson. Tries from 16. Great D that time from Tatum. A shot by Hayward, wide open, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Not the guy you want to let catch fire. Hayward better be first on your mind.
There's a screen by Robinson. Irving against Jackson. It's stolen by Brown. Unloads from 13. The offensive rebound. Irving misses.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he got it and dunked it home.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Tatum. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Pistons in Detroit. Irving kicks to Horford. Shot clock at 5. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And I tell you what, Tatum is proving to be an all-around scorer of the basketball. He can do it all.
Back to Griffin. And stolen by Horford. Brown the pass to Hayward. Here's Horford. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with a shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Griffin. The three hits the three-point bomb. Griffin's got 7 points. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers, and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
Irving kicks to Horford. Tatum with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Inside, Brown loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. The Pistons working the ball around now. Drummond working against Horford. Here's Griffin. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Boston takes it the other way. Hayward passes to Tatum. Count that bucket.
And I like the fact that Tatum has not abandoned the inside game. Solid at finding space around the rim to score.
Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. He said if they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Tatum, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Picked by Horford. Here's Hayward, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
When you look back at the draft reports on Hayward, many scouts felt like he would be a player, but never a star.
It's his first trip to the line.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Steve, for the Pistons, improving chemistry on and off the court has been a big focus.
Yes, locker room leadership and pieces that fit together on the court. It's about building a team in every sense of the word.
And the Pistons making a change here. Pachulia's checked in. Hayward hits them both.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Pachulia against Horford. Here's Griffin. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Celtics with the lead. Hayward on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 7 points for Gordon Hayward.
It's hard to believe, looking at the three ball now, there was a time Hayward might have turned down that shot.
Picked by Griffin. Jackson off the screen. And Boston with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Brown throws it down hard.
Yeah, and give it up for the feed from Horford. He's a playmaker, and you love having a big man show off that kind of vision.
Down low. And And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Celtics leading by 5. Irving kicks to Brown. Hayward on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Hayward can't hit. The Pistons have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Oh, Griffin in position, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And you can put those alley-oop feeds as high as you need to when Griffin's on the receiving end. He'll pick it up off the top of the backboard if he has to.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
They wreaked havoc on the defensive end and really held the pace of the game in their favor for the entire game.
Now, here is Irving, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Another shot, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The Celtics shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And the Celtics making a change here. Rozier's checked in.
One shot.
It's many for players going from college to the pros. Which skills tend to be most immediately transferable?
You know, I think the skills on offense, a lot of times those guys are able to drive the basketball and penetrate. Those are the guys that can transfer easily from college. I think it's hard shooting-wise, being able to shoot the 3-ball at the college level, because at the NBA level, the line is pushed back. And I think the one skill level that gives a lot of young guys gives them a hard time is defensively. I think that's the one skill that's not easily transferred to the NBA.
On its way from Hayward for 2. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Gordon Hayward is so skilled at measuring the defense, filling them out after the screen and taking what they give him. You look at that lead pass there, he just has such a great feel for the game.
Now, here's Rozier. His last outing, he had 8 points. Picked by Horford. Tatum kicks to Rozier. Off target with his 3.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
Galloway. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Rozier the pass to Horford. He dishes it to Hayward. Over Robinson. And that one hits back iron. The Pistons trail it. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now here's Horford following the miss by Griffin. Tatum kicks to Rozier. Outside Tatum. Picked by Horford. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. Rozier for 3. That shot no good. And the Pistons with possession here. Galloway the pass to Pachulia. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
And checking out some numbers for Reggie Jackson. Some last season stats for him. Came in about 14 points per, 5 assists and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Tatum dishes to Hayward. Oh, Tatum in position. They get a hand on it. Rozier kicks to Horford. Tatum passes to Hayward. Hayward is doubled. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Austin with the ball. Left side, Smart. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
A high percentage look from the mid-range. Might have been surprised that he was so wide open.
Smith outside. looking for Griffin and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He's in a beautiful rhythm. Right now, he's knocking down shots, and he has that scorer's mindset.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Now with Reggie Bullock showing himself to be a terrific secondary scorer.
Doesn't try to do too much. Hardly ever turns it over. He's gotten better at attacking and creating for himself and his teammates.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. And Morris subbed in for Jason Tatum. And a switcher also for Detroit. Lewis checked in for Blake Griffin. Knocked loose. Bullock with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. To the paint. Here's Hayward. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Celtics lead by 2.
I like the tenacity from Gordon Hayward. This is a guy who is a gamer.
Here's Bullock. That shot missing. Now Boston takes it the other way. Outside, Smart. To the wing right side. Baines passes to Rozier. And he dunks it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Lure can't hit.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Now, here's Rozier. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Here's Morris. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Now, here's Bullock. Guarded by Smart. 1:03 left in the first. 6 to shoot. Bullock. That one doesn't drop. And it's Boston the other way. Pass to Hayward. Tries again. And the layup is good. Hayward's got 13.
Some things you can't teach. Hayward showing natural instincts to the ball right there.
Bullock kicks to Lewis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Pass to Baines. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Bullock. Here's Baines. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Now Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Robinson. From deep 3-point range. So it's Gordon Hayward making things happen for Boston. He put together quite a quarter. 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Back right after this. The Celtics have shown their toughness and their determination. Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his own teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are. And when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
And the Celtics have assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. Really no better group for Irving to surround himself with.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
They've got Smart, also Terry Rozier out there. Aaron Baines out there with Morris. And it's Tice in at the 4 slot. That's the Boston 5.
We may not see a bigger screen set this year. Drummond, a $20 cab ride to get around.
Here's Rozier following the bucket by the Pistons. In the corner, it's Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Steve, you had an excellent playing career. Talk a little bit about the work you had to put in and just to get to the NBA.
Yeah, it comes down to that work ethic. Obviously, we all have talent, but you have to put in that work, and that work continues on the court, off the court, and it's basically 365 days a year where you have to find a way to get better.
Was it mainly shooting for you?
No, not mainly shooting for me, Kevin. I think it was always just my overall game.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Irving's checked in for the Celtics. And Morris drops them both.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Smith with it, guarded now by Irving. Drummond sets the screen for Robinson. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the night.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Robinson hits them both. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Al Horford is a multiple all-star. And if you count his stats, you miss what he brings to the table. When you factor in his passing, his defense, his efficiency, he does all the things that help you win. Coach Brad Stevens said, Al Horford averaging 15 points a game for you is like other guys averaging 27. Kevin?
The definition of a pro. Terrific guy. Thank you, D.A. Tice kicks to Morris. Shot from the wing. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Pistons trail by 3. Lure the screen. Passes to Bull. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Shoots over Bullock. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Celtics lead by 2. For Detroit, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Drummond the screen. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. Rebounded by Smart. Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Morris outside. They set the pick. In the corner, Smart with it. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer. Got a hand on it. Now here's Bullock. Guarded by Smart. And he gets it to go. Bullock's got it all tied up now for Detroit. And Boston has possession. Now here is Irving. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the wide open shot from Morris. Offensive rebound. Drummond trying to get himself free. Smart misses. Smith in the posts. He's covered by Irving. And here is Lure. 9 points last game out. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Just 3 to shoot.
Good defense by Kyrie, sticking with the fundamentals on that play.
And it's Smith missing. Smart kicks to Irving. Morris a screen. There's the pass to Baines. And Morris throws it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looks like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Al Horford, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Jason Tatum comes in for Daniel Tice. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart. And then for Detroit, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Lure. Langston Galloway comes in for Robinson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good for Morris. Steve, we talk a lot about team defense, but who in your mind are some of the best on-ball defenders in the game now?
Kawhi Leonard is fantastic. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Draymond Green does a nice job. Even Klay Thompson, he's asked to guard a whole bunch of different guys. The list goes on and on of guys being able to slide their feet without fouling. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Irving passes to Tatum. Pick by Horford. Shot off the pick. Tatum's shot is off, and the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
Free throw is good, now leading by 1. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Bullock kicks to Drummond. Second chance shot. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The shot's good from Irving.
Oh, he is saying, come out and find me. Kyrie from well beyond the arc.
Oh, Griffin in position, and looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
Now here's Irving. Near the three-point line, it's Morris, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Jackson misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
No surprise, in a battle of wheels down low, the big man comes away with it.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 15.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Here's Irving. Kicks to Tatum. Morris outside. Pass to Horford. That shot, no good. Good D by Drummond. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Irving passes to Tatum. Picked by Horford. Jumper off the screen. And that one comes up a bit short. For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. And that one's good. Drummond.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now, here is Irving. On the wing, Morris. Tatum against Griffin. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
He feeds it to Jackson. Drummond trying to get himself free. And it's sent back by Irving. And that one's good. Drummond. Now a timeout called by Boston. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Rozier comes in for Kyrie Irving. Pachulia, he's checked in for Detroit. Celtics trail by 6. Picked by Horford. Horford sets a screen for Brown. To the middle. Horford no luck. Detroit's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3 pointers. Bullock, good.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
Now, here's Rozier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. There's the pick. Will it go? Got a piece of it.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
Here's Griffin. He kicks to Pachulia. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Tatum's got 6 points.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
Outside Jackson. Pachulia with the screen on Rozier. And Griffin slams it in.
Go through Blake Griffin. He is rolling. That's a nice shot.
Here's Rozier. Picked by Horford. Rozier kicks to Tatum. Dishes it to Horford. And there's the call on Pachulia. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
Here's Tatum. He has 6. Horford sets a screen for Brown. And that one drops. He's got 6.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 50. Yes. Blake Griffin's teammates have to say wow because they get the chance night in and night out to see something fantastic.
Rozier the pass to Brown. There's a screen. Inside, Horford. And again, it's Boston converting.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Rozier against Jackson. Pass to Pachulia. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Jackson in the corner. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got 3 assists now in this one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Hayward with the stuff.
This is Gordon Hayward, an unselfish player who can also light it up himself and can do it for long stretches.
Pachulia with the screen on Tatum. And it's sent back by Horford. They recover it. That one falls.
And the deficit would be bigger if they hadn't been doing such a great job crashing the offensive glass this quarter.
To the inside. Tatum against Griffin. Releases from 15, off the left rim and out.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Jackson passes to Griffin. Rebound, Boston. 3-on-3. Here's Hayward, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
The first free throw is good, and some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Tatum, and Smart subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Detroit also making some changes. Lewis checked in for Griffin. And Robinson III comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Smith subbed in for Langston Galloway. Hayward hits them both.
And Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
Smart against Jackson. That 3 off the mark.
He can't find his mojo. Tough quarter for him scoring the basketball.
Tice kicks to Hayward. Tice passes to Horford. Now Hayward. Covered by Smith. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's Jackson. The 3. And that one is off. And so is Detroit in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, they got themselves going in the second quarter. How do you get control of the game back?
It starts with not getting the ball out of the net. You know, we got to get stops, and it starts in that end. That's where it's really going to start for us. And we just got to continue to compete. That's all.
Kyrie, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 21 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And as we return, we get a look at the Boston skyline. Those drone cameras are really something. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
Here's Irving on the floor for Detroit. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Robinson, and it's Galloway in at the two-guard position. Stolen by Robinson. Puts up a three. No good. Shot missing. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Horford the pass to Brown. And stolen by Drummond. To the middle. A slam dunk by Robinson.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Jackson against Irving. And Griffin scores. The assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game.
You know, it's not just the power of Griffin, it's the skill set. Reliable inside.
Horford kicks to Tatum. Horford sets a screen for Hayward, and there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On its way from Irving for 2. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Irving's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
The thing about Kyrie, he has great natural balance when setting up for the jumper.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin, trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
The first one falls. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
You know, when you talk to Kyrie, smart guy, cerebral guy, thinks about the game at the highest level.
Drummond with a screen on Tatum. Here's Griffin. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Back to Irving. Stolen by Jackson. It's Drummond with the drive. Good work defensively by Horford.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Galloway. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 8 now on the night. Celtics trail by 9. Irving dishes to Horford. Tatum with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Tatum kicks to Irving. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Off the pick, Griffin shoots, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
The pass to Galloway. Hayward against Robinson. Outside Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drummond the screen. But they get it back. Lays it up off the glass. Drummond's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The screen from Brown. Floats it up for Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Detroit leading by 7. Outside Jackson. Down low. Wants to get it to Robinson and does.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. Last season, he played outstanding. 7th in free throw percentage. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And, again, you got to love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. That's good from Horford. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Celtics. That one misses. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as a franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Robinson kicks to Jackson. Floats one. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Irving.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Griffin passes to Jackson. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
He just can't get it cranked up and beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
And Morris throws it down.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Galloway kicks to Griffin. Back to Galloway. Lets it go from deep. It's good from long range. That's 28 points for Blake Griffin.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, 2nd of the game.
Horford with it. He's got 11. Morris a screen. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Smith is checked in. Irving against Smith. From 11 feet away. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Al Horford. And a switcher also for Detroit. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Robinson. And stolen by Tatum. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Here's Smith. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Outside Jackson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Tatum dishes to Irving. Offline from the top of the key. Pistons leading by 6. Smith kicks to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Out to the wing. A 3-ball and another 3 for Detroit.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Bullock's got a nice night underway, shooting 6 of 9 from the floor. Griffin against Tatum. Irving a screen on Griffin. Here's Tatum. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Austin making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Aaron Baines. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. And then for Detroit, Pachulia. He's checked in for Drummond. And it's John Lure in for Blake Griffin. Jackson kicks to Lure. Back to Jackson. The dish to Lure. They set the pick. Lure sets the pick for Smith. Shot off the screen. And Tatum pulls it down.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
And that one drops for him. 9 points for Marcus Morris.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Picked by Pachulia. The 3. And it's Bullock missing. Celtics trail by 7. Tries it from the top of the key. He squares up and sinks it. Tatum's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Lure a screen on Smart. Jackson is doubled, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Smith the pass to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Smith. Over Rozier. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Jackson kicks to Lure. And Bullock now top of the key. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Smart misses. Pistons leading by 3. Here's Bullock. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And he just lulls the defense to sleep at times with his handle before pulling up. You can't back off this guy. That's just inviting trouble.
Jackson passes to Bullock. Rozier with the steal. Jumps up. Finishes the break with a slam. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Al Horford is checked in for Boston. Glenn Robinson, the 3rd, is checked in for the Pistons. Jackson kicks to Smith, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. 2:49 left to play in the third. Back to Jackson. Smith outside. Robinson with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. That's a 2 from Smith. And just miss after miss right now.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Now it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Reggie Jackson, a great season and a half spent in Detroit. Since that time, injuries have slowed him down.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And the first one drops. And Jackson dealing with knee tendonitis, Steve. Then last season, a serious ankle sprain.
Grade 3, as bad as it gets. One of the league's most imposing point guards. He's got to be right, though.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Marcus Morris. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Celtics with the lead. On its way from Hayward for 2. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
In this second half, it's been a disappointing turn of events for them defensively. The focus, the intensity, just not there.
Jackson with it. Now guarded by Smart. Lure a screen on Tatum. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Detroit, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Robinson hits them both. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Rozier against Smith. Smart goes in. The putback. Detroit's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Here's Lure. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. Here's Horford. And it's Lure with the rebound.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Pachulia.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Smith against Rozier. Hayward right side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
At the line for Celtics, Gordon Hayward will be at the line shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Hayward hits them both. with 1 on the clock. Unable to get that one. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Boston on top as they wrap up the 3rd quarter with a massive 16-5 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Keep fighting down there. Go after every ball. Every single one. The way we are right now. Don't leave anything out there.
LGA, you can hear the sense of urgency in his voice.
I mean, he's trying to get his guys fired up here. They need to hit the boards harder right now.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Horford is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Smart. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Tyson Galloway's checked in for Reggie Jackson.
One shot.
And that one misses. The Celtics shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Here's Hayward. No good on that one. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Second shot opportunity. And the nice bucket inside from Lure. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
You know what? That was perfect timing on that possession. Huge play in the game. They needed those points right now.
Here's Smart. Drills the baseline jumper. Smart's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
He always has the green light to take those kinds of shots because he is absolutely lethal from there.
Galloway, the pass to Robinson. Pachulia sets a screen for Robinson. Expanding his range. Lure can't hit. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Robinson kicks to Smith. In the corner, it's Galloway. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Celtics trail by 3. Outside Tatum. And play stops. Whistle on what looks an illegal screen.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Griffin's checked in for Detroit. Smith against Rozier. Over Tatum. And too long on the shot. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Now Rozier. Oh, Tatum in position.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Jason Tatum.
You know, it's interesting. Blake has increased his shooting range, but that hasn't really carried over to the free throw line.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
That free throw good from Griffin. And, Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in the season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Tatum plays with a lot of confidence. He feels like he can take on anyone and already proving to be a great leader at his age.
Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
And that one falls for Tatum. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And stolen by Horford. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Tatum wide open, he fires one. Knocked away.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Contact on the drive right there. Not sure who felt it more, Drummond or the man who came over to challenge him.
Irving passes to Horford. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Horford with the screen on Robinson. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Man, and Tatum gets up on these alley-oops, has a great grasp of when to attack and exploit the opponent.
Drummond, a screen. Smith kicks to Galloway. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and he demonstrated why right there.
From 13, and Irving with the basket on the assist by Brown. Now it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Tatum against Griffin. Pass to Galloway. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Horford with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Irving for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Irving against Smith. Lobbed up there for Drummond. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin.
And right there, a little miscommunication on that pass.
On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 13-5 run here. Picked by Horford. Tatum passes to Hayward. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Irving against Smith by Tatum. 5 to shoot. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
At the line, Jason Tatum will give the line shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Smith kicks to Drummond. There's a screen by Robinson. Drummond passes to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
All Blake needs is a little bit of space, and once he gets through, it usually ends up with a dunk.
The screen from Brown. Here's Irving. Up and in on the way up.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Andre Drummond, a prototype athlete at the center position. He checks every box. Leaping ability, lateral mobility, you name it.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
And for a man the size of Drummond to move and accelerate, Steve, the way he does, the focus has to be on keeping him healthy.
You know what, Kevin? He's been remarkably durable. Played 81-plus games in 4 out of the last 6 seasons. Last year, dropped 30 pounds. He's staying lean and mean.
Got a piece of it. Here's Tatum. Goes back up. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. The free throw off from Horford. Pistons trail by 6. From the line, Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
And this is why you gave Hayward big money, not just a score in this offense.
Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Brown. Clock at 6. And pushing it up. Here's Boston for 3. Hayward. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Picked by Horford. Here's Hayward. Second shot opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for the Celtics, Al Horford will be at the line shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And he has been grinding away to get himself to the line. It hasn't always turned into points, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work for them.
He hits the second from the line. Pistons trail by 10. Down low, Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
That's what Griffin is known for best, his unreal vertical, which allows him to go over defenders.
Irving kicks to Horford. Three-pointer, Hayward. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 8th assist here tonight.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Pass to Griffin. Over Tatum. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Griffin.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
Horford kicks to Tatum. There's the pick. Passes it to Irving. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And this is what makes Kyrie so dangerous. He is so proficient from distance.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And there's the pass to Griffin. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Griffin dishes to Jackson. They grab their own miss. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I'll tell you, that's the one thing. Hustle. Blake just outworking everyone to the ball.
Irving kicks to Hayward. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Tatum against Griffin. Over Tatum. And that misses badly. Air ball. Boston leading by 10. Brown outside. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Griffin inside, guarded by Tatum. And the basket is good. Griffin's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Detroit.
Throwing his weight around. Blake Griffin converting through contact on that play.
Irving against Jackson. Horford with a screen on Jackson. Irving kicks to Hayward. Hit by Horford. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brown. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
At the line for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown will be at the line shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he can't get either to fall. Detroit with the ball. From 13. Tries again, and that one's good. Drummond.
I love it. Clutch situation. Andre Drummond puts the team on his back.
Jackson against Irving. To the inside. Hayward is doubled. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
So it's the Pistons now.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
Yeah, for sure. They need a quick score and a foul just to have a chance.
Robinson for three. They get it back. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Drummond sets the screen for Griffin. Here's Galloway. No good. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time